What's up, y'all? Welcome to this quick little what is that? Quick little talk. So today, throughout the entire day, I've been thinking about hold on, give me 1 second. So today, throughout the day, I've been thinking about, I don't know, for some reason, like I've been thinking about what is life, what is religion, what is God, what is the universe, what is to be spiritual, what is all this, right? And you scroll down YouTube and you open the Bible and you open other books and you look back into history, and there's so much things going on that it is confusing to many of us what the purpose is, the um what the truth is. Hmm. What's up, Veronica? Can you guys hear the music? Can you guys hear it? I don't know. It's kind of weird because I don't know if I'm hearing it or what's happening. I can't hear it for whatever reason. Media output, monitor and output. It's working, but I'm not sure what's happening. Hmm. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, I couldn't hear it because I didn't have volume on my monitor. Anyways, so I've been thinking about what's all that, And I grew up Catholic. My parents, my family, we all grew up Catholic, and I grew up as a child. And I don't know if it was because on Sundays my dad, my mom will wake us up early morning, and I used to hate that as a kid. I used to hate waking up at 6 in the morning to get ready to go to church and get started with Sunday like that. I wanted to sleep in. I wanted to, you know, have a late night Saturday, and just I hate it waking up early in the morning. So I grew up Catholic, and I think I have a lot of my original Catholic beliefs still implemented when it comes to like my beliefs. Now, there's so much going on, and there's so much debate on what really is. And if you can give me like your take on it, on what you think being spiritual is, or being here in this world, and I will appreciate it. But I'm gonna start with one thing. First of all, we can say that we embody both the light and the darkness. That's something that I always say, and that's something that I believe, because we can be good and we can be bad. So the light and the darkness, and without the light, there's no darkness, right? So it's like you start thinking, you start processing, you start, looking down, going down the rabbit hole, and it's like, the Bible tells you one thing, right? And you start believing, I want to be a good person. I want to be a good person. I need to be a good person, because a good person gets salvation. A good person goes to heaven. But then, do we not see good people being punished? right? There's a lot of good people out there that get punished so freaking bad, so hard in this life, to the point where you're like, they don't deserve that. But why is that happening to them, right? And so you break it down more and you start going, okay, we're going to move past the Bible, because the Bible, there's rumors that it was meant to control people, right? What's up, Just Being Angie? Or what's up, Angie? And so you go further than the Bible and you start looking into the spiritual side, the astrology, the energies, and you start thinking about vibrations, and everything's vibrating in the universe. There's some kind of law of vibration where you have to be vibrating a certain way to be able to attract what you want. And the thing is that if everything in the universe vibrates, then how is it that we distinguish how we vibrate? Because my hand could be vibrating one way, my cells deep inside my body could be vibrating at a certain, vibration. My thoughts are like tones of vibration, waves of vibration. So if I think negative, then I'm vibrating low. If I think happy, I'm vibrating positive. And just because the light always has to have the darkness, or the light always creates the darkness, it's hard to stay neutral. It's hard to stay in the light, and it's hard to stay in the darkness. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you are trying to manifest something in your life, and you start doing the meditations, and you start doing this affirmations and this and that, and you tell yourself 100 times every time you wake up, and 1,000 times when you go to bed, and I'm exaggerating, okay? But I'm just saying it. I'm tired of, or not necessarily tired, but like, I don't know. My belief and my take from what we're meant to be here is way different, and it's so much simpler. I think there is a higher power. I had a near-death experience, and it was a beautiful experience, if I could put it that way. It was a beautiful experience, full of energy and love and light. But the funny thing now that I think about it, when I experienced my near-death experience, I was walking next to this big light, this big orb out of light. It was just light. It was just like a bright light. And I was walking next to it. But now that I remember, and I said this before, where I was walking, it was like the universe. It was darkness. And it just clicked right now. I'm like, I was walking in this sphere of darkness, in this dark place that had no way, no path, no direction, no infinity at all. Like, I mean, it was infinite, right? You couldn't see where it ended or where it started. You couldn't see behind me. And the way that I saw myself in this experience was as a third person. I was walking, the light beam was next to me, and we're walking next to each other on this sphere made out of darkness. And it's like, right now it just clicked. It's like the light and the darkness always go together, But I've been thinking about it. Like, I've been thinking about what is it, like what, like besides all the love and light, because you can only have so much love and so much light before you turn to the darkness and to the hate or the sorrow or the sadness, right? You can only have so much because you cannot stay in a certain vibration. You cannot stay in a certain feeling in this life. There's polarities, right? Dark, light. The magnet has the north and south. I think is it north or whatever? I think I failed science. And so there's two sides, right? And so then we started talking about like vibrations and how you got to vibrate, but it is impossible to stay in a certain vibration because this world triggers you in so many ways. Your feelings, you know how much sensors you have in your body? It's going to trigger you. A drop of cold water on your back is going to trigger you one way, and a drop of hot water on your chest is also going to trigger you a different way. And so I used to, like I was thinking about it. I'm like, so what is it? Like Aztecs had their own thing going on. They will sacrifice people. They will cut the hearts beating from people that were still alive, and then you have Egyptians that built the pyramids. You have Egyptians that built the pyramids and nobody knows. And then there's like sculptures that are so heavy that nobody knows how they were built back in the day. And so it's like, shoot, you start thinking about things, you start processing. It's a loop. It's a loophole. Like it's a rabbit hole. And I'm like, screw all that. I'm up to here, with vibrations and rituals, and the moon is coming this way and the moon is going to be that way and the planet is going this way and this and that. And, like I am sick of hearing all that. Like, like I have so many crystals. I'm like, they're nice rocks. I'm not sure why, but when I first started like all this, like there was a certain magical or a certain healing thing that I felt, and I still do, because you still see me grab my little, calcite little thing here, and I have this big one over here. Oh, it's not a calcite. It's whatever this is. I don't even know the name. Let's see if I can remember. I don't even remember. Anyways, and when I first started reading tarot too, it was, the tarot was so intense that it scared me. My beliefs, as a child, and my beliefs as growing up in a Hispanic community was like, it's brujeria, it's witchcraft, and the more that I started, like when I first picked up the deck, as soon as I saw the devil, I dropped it. I said, nope, that's not me. It's not me. I don't want that. And somehow I got back to reading again, and I stopped, and then again, and then I stopped, and then everything started changing. Like my view of tarot went from it being dark to it being helpful, being a tool, with its dangers, of course, of too much readings, too much of you wanting to know what's going to happen and how things are going to go. And that's when I also dropped the deck and I said, I don't want to read anymore. And that's what consisted. And when I tell people like I've been reading on and off, tarot is like, it consisted of that, of me dropping the cards, because it will be a different feeling every time. And just like any addiction, and just like the explanation of the light and the darkness, is like tarot can have its positives but also its negatives, and some people are addicted to tarot, you know. And I tell you, I was one of those persons. I was one of those, you know, people falling asleep with my headphones listening to tarot readings when I first discovered tarot, because I was so fascinated. But I was also going through so much in my life that I wanted to know more. I wanted to know the next readings for me, the next readings for me. The next reading might tell me more. The next reading is going to say what I want it to say to me. And it went down a slippery slope of, I had to have my headphones on. I have to be listening. Who's live? Who's, you know, putting up a Leo reading. And then that's when I also saw that tarot can be so dangerous, because you lose your sense of power here. Like, you lose your power in real life. You're going based on cards. And although the tarot reader says don't give your power, or don't, you know, give your power to the cards, you have freedom of choice, or, you know, we're listening and we're intaking all that, and we're believing everything they're saying, even if it doesn't resonate, even if it's not even for us. Like, you can listen to a Scorpio reading, you can listen to, you could be a Capricorn, you can be listening to an Aries reading. There's going to be things that resonate about it, you know? And it was kind of hard to accept that. It was kind of hard to work with that. But then I said, okay, I'll read tarot, but in a positive way, or in a way of to help people move forward instead of keeping them stuck. You know? And so, like, you know, like driving from work to home, I like everything was just like, it was like this thought that went from 1 to 2 and it split into 5, and it was so much that I couldn't understand, that things didn't make sense. You know, like a lot of the things did not make sense, and it was confusing. And I got confused on the drive from work to home today. I got a little confused. I said, then what is life? You know, then what is this? What is this vibrational thing? What is this us, you know, setting intentions? What is us doing a ritual? Or what is people doing, you know, petals and I don't know, like cleansings and stuff like that, and the soul and the energies and the entities and all this, and what's going on? Well, let me go back to my near-death experience. And this is where I'm going to wrap it up. Whatever happened that night, I experienced that. And that showed me, like, I saw it, I felt it. And that showed me that we're energy, we're spiritual, just like everybody says. We are, right? We're energy, we're spiritual, our soul. It's real. It's true. And all I know is that when it comes to like a human being, and when it comes to like being here in this world, is that everything's a theory. Everything is a theory. Like you look back to the Aztecs building their pyramids or their things, and then you look back to like other cultures, like the Egyptians building the pyramids and their whole kingdom, and you think like, oh my God, that could have been impossible. No way that a human being could have done that. But then if you were to bring a human being from that era to this era, and they were to see the electronics, they were to see the skyscrapers, the airplanes flying around, it would have been like, this is not right. There's no way that a human being could have made this. So I don't know, like, why is it so hard for us to believe that us as human beings can do so much? Because what if the pyramids were done by hand and many died, but together they were created? Why is it so hard to believe that they did it? You know? And so then I know one thing, maybe a couple of things. I know that I don't know what happened in the past. I know that I don't have the truth. I know that there's books, but I don't know who wrote the books. I know that there's scriptures and there's things written by who knows what from who knows how many years ago. And the thing is, like, you think back and it's like we're so much evolved and developed right now than them back then. You know, so it's like, do we believe that we were smarter back then? Or we were stronger back then? Or there was aliens, there was like giants walking on the earth, moving stones or moving things around. There was like UFO, planes or saucers flying and picking up everything and giving them medicine when there were still savages. When we were still savages. So it's confusing to think that the past was better than where we're at right now. If anything, we're more evolved and we're more awake. Because if you think back, there was a lot of people that weren't educated. Their brains weren't stimulated to break down things or to think beyond. Maybe there was a couple that were gifted. We all have those, right? We have those. We have that, we have people here right now in this era. They're genius, right? They're geniuses. Like, they know a lot. And so I feel like back in the day, if you were smart, like, you called the shots or you said what needed to be done, and people will follow you that easy, right? I don't know, but there's this fantasy, this belief, and I'll tell you, the only thing I know is that we don't belong here. And I always said it in my channel, we don't belong in this world, and it's a short ride here in this world, because some of us stay here for 100 years and some of us it's only 20 years. It's just different from everybody. And I know that, man, for you to live a positive life, for you to be great in this world, in this life, is you have to have faith. You have to have faith, whether is in the universe, the stars, or whether is in a higher power that you're going to see, but you have to have the faith. You have to believe in the light and the positive. You have to have faith. That's one. Two, you have to have the courage and strength when it comes to who you are and what you're trying to do in life, because you're here. And if you don't have the courage and the strength to experience life and go through the darkness that is a natural being of life, a natural side of life, then you're not going to get anywhere. You have to fight. And so then the next one is, this world is very physical. As much as we want to say we're magical because we do come from, say, a spiritual, energetic world, we're human right now. So deep inside, we feel like spirit. And things that have to do with energy and magic and stuff like that resonates because it's energy. And we recognize that. And we know that that's us. But in this world, it doesn't work like that. In this world, you're not going to see somebody fly out of nowhere. In this world, you're not going to see somebody, Jesus walked on water, and I don't doubt it, but I'm just saying, I don't think we've seen somebody walk on water. In this world, if you're a priest, if you saved 1,000 children and somebody pushes you down a building, gravity's not going to turn off for you, and you're going to survive. And you're going to survive that, right? All the rules, whether you carry a Bible, whether you give mass in big, all the rules still apply to you. A guru, a prophet, a priest, all the rules apply to them. So this is a very physical world, and before you get lost in the wanting to create more or wanting to be more energetically powerful in a world that we're very physical, why don't you just work on what I've been saying mostly, and that's the way you think, the way you pursue you talk to people. Work on your skills in this life to go where you want to be. And that's the key. The manifestation is just the vision of where you want to be, but you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. I don't believe that if you do 20 rituals, you give all this to, if you sell your soul, if you think you can do that, or if you sell whatever, or if you give whatever in exchange to some kind of entity or some kind of, other power, that all of a sudden you're just going to be okay. I don't think it works like that. I think if you want to be great in life, you have to do the work. This is a very physical world. This is a very physical world. This world does not favor anybody. Your body is just the same as anybody else. If you're obese, that's your problem. That's because you accepted that. If you're fat, if you have health issues, it's because at one point you decided to let yourself go. And I'm sorry, there is diseases out there, and I'm sorry if you're going through that, but we chose to stay there. Everything that we have right now and that we don't have is based on choices that we made in the past. Where we're right now, like where we at right now and where we want to be, those were choices and decisions we took in the past. And here we are. But where you want to go and where you want to be in the future is right here where you got to choose. We know that if you want to change your circumstances or your outcome in a certain thing, you have to change. And the most powerful change is that you change. If you don't like where you're at, then you have to change something about you, because you're in the same position because you keep making the same choices and you keep doing the same, you have the same habits. And that is a place where you can stay for the rest of your life. But if you don't choose to change something about you, then your world is not going to change. And I think that's reality for a lot of us, or at least for me. We stripped ourselves from power so early on in life that it's ridiculous. I walked through life feeling so lost and alone, feeling so depressed, being an addict. I walked through life in the darkness, and that's something that I chose. And that gave me a lot of lessons. And do I want to go back to that? I don't want to go back to that. And so I make the choice right now. I take the opportunity to do things right so I never fall back to that. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, but I'm telling you that this world is very physical, and you're going to have to work hard if you want to be somewhere. It's not the same story for everybody. You're unique in so many ways. You know, like not everybody has the same opportunities, right? But it's not even about that. It's about what you want to create, because we are the creators. We are the creators. And sometimes I feel like when people talk about manifesting, people talk about like, you know, set the vision. And I feel like that works. That works because I've done it and it works for me. But like, set the vision and see where you want to see yourself. But it's not like, for me, it wasn't like I see myself, you know, in a studio or in, you know, like with cameras. And now I have so many cameras and now I have things going on. And it's not where I'm not where I wanted it to be. Like, I'm not there yet, but I'm evolving there. But let me tell you that it's been really, really hard. I spend a lot of money. I spend a lot of time. I might not be the best person at recording or at reading tarot, but I do what I can because I'm fighting for that dream. And I already saw my vision. And my vision is not going to come true if I don't pick up the cards. My vision is not going to come true if I don't get a better mic, if I don't, you know, get better graphics, if I don't, you know, read more and learn more and speak better and speak more clearly. It's the evolution, is the transformation, is the change. But with that, it comes, you know, like you're realizing that you are the creator. You are the one. You know, and the other day I was talking to one of my friends, and we're talking about the Matrix and how everything this is a game. This is all like and maybe it is, but this is reality, right? Because we're not here for a long time. We already talked about that, and maybe it is a game. Maybe it is a Matrix, but maybe the Matrix is what you create about yourself. Because maybe the Matrix that you've created for yourself has obstacles, has a depowerment of yourself. Like, you cut yourself from the power and from making choices and setting your foot down and you know, you're creating this Matrix. If anything, anybody, any head, any brain has created their own Matrix, because we run off programs. You're programmed to get off of work, and some people are programmed to pick up a pizza and watch TV, take a shower, go to sleep. That's your programmation right there. Some people are programmed to get off of work, go straight to the gym, eat something healthy, and not even turn on the TV. You run based on programs. So if there's any Matrix, is the one you're creating for yourself. And you need to listen to that, because if there's a Matrix happening here, there is no blue or red pill, none of that. It is what you create for yourself. The rules apply to everybody. It's just how you play the game. Are you going to go for your dreams? Or are you just going to stay the same? I don't know. I think everything's a theory of people, science, physics, everything here and there. But I think what's most powerful is just your brain, is the heart and the brain. You know, I wasn't reading, I saw this video where the guy is like, the body is the temple and God is in the brain, whereas the Bible says, at one point I read that the Bible said that the entrance to heaven is through the heart, and the true connection to God is through the heart. There is so much out there going on that I've withdrawn myself from all that. Like, I don't care if, you know, people have said, like, I've had psychics or, you know, people telling me, oh, you're not from this planet, you're come from this other, you know, nebula or and then you're not from here, you're meant to help. And it's like, huh. And this, you know, you're going to know that you're not from here because you feel awkward or you feel this and that. And it's like, I think everybody feels like that. I think everybody in this planet has those feelings, but everybody reacts to those feelings differently. Just because I was shy as a kid, and maybe there's trauma, there's things, because my dad used to scream at me when I said something bad or I did something wrong, and I learned to keep my mouth shut. And so that's how I went through life for my teenage years, being a quiet person. You know, there's an explanation to everything, and things that we don't know, it's hard to believe. Like spells, witchcraft, and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know. We are energy. But I like to go right now, or at least right now, because as we grow, we evolve. As we mature, we evolve, right? Maybe I'm not ascended. Maybe I'm just talking dumb. But I'm telling you what I believe and what I feel and what is starting to feel, because we have all kinds of people doing documentaries about certain something, and then they bring out with this other thing, and then it's just too much. And I feel like people get overstimulated. I get overstimulated over things like that, and I'd rather not, because all I'm gonna say is that I have faith in God. I believe in God 100%, and I'm gonna try to be the best person I can be in this world. And I know I'm not gonna be perfect, because the same thing is like, when I'm happy, sometimes I get sad. When I do good deeds, sometimes I'm gonna do something bad. But I'm gonna try to be a good person, and that doesn't guarantee me survival. That doesn't guarantee me to, win the lottery, or to, manifest whatever it is that I want. Just because I'm a good person, just because I'm donating money, just because I'm giving clothes, or just because I'm helping the community, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't work like that, But I'm gonna go based on that. I'm gonna go based on, I'm gonna be a good person, because genuinely I feel like that's who I want to be, and that's why I was meant to be a good person. I'm for the people, I'm for the community, and I'm never gonna deny that. And with that same saying, or with that I'm saying, is like, we have so many influencers over here, and in my case, me being a man here in this world, there's so many influencers telling you, this is how you get a woman to like you. This is how you gotta, mess with the woman's brain so they can be obsessed over you. You cannot be this way. You cannot act weak. You cannot act this way. You cannot do that. You should do this. This is the best way to bring your ex back. This is, and like, and it's so confusing, because they say that you need to be somebody who you're not. If you want someone, you have to be someone based on their tips or whatever. And you know what? There's that saying that says, maybe, sometimes, I'm going to say sometimes, the good guys finish last. But you know what? I'd rather finish last than live a life full of fakeness. Live a life that is not mine. Be fake in front of other people just because I want to find love, or just because I want people to like me. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be my genuine self. And whoever likes me will freaking love me. And who doesn't like me, then we have no business talking. And that's it. I'm not here to be better than anybody. If I'm going to finish last, well, I'm going to thank God at the finish line, because I finished. But I'm not going to change one bit of who I am. I'm not going to change one bit for admiration, or for, I'm going to be who I need to be. I'm going to be original. I'm going to be me. Because that's where it all begins. Is when you start acting like you, and you don't act like they want you to act. I don't know if that makes sense, but you can tell that I'm a little bit confused in what it is to believe, because I'll tell you the truth, and I'm not confused about what love and light, or darkness and light is, or God and evil is. I'm not confused on that. I have faith 100%, and that's all you need, because you were designed to rebuild. You were designed to rise through your failures, through your stumbles, through life. Life never ends. Like if something ends in your life, like if you get fired, if somebody walks away from you, if somebody breaks up with you, that's not an ending, that's a beginning. And we're seeing it as an ending. We're seeing it as, oh, that's it. No, there's no ending in life. It's a progressive move. There's no ending. There's always a new beginning. So something expired, and now something new begins. And you should be focused on what's coming up ahead. You should be focused on where you want to be ahead, instead of worrying about the ending or what you left in the past. You know what I mean? There's no endings in life. The only ending in life is when we transition. It's when it's out of your hands, it's out of your control, and we have to come home. That's the only ending. That's it. That's the goal. You finished. You did a great job. I should get off. I should get off YouTube. Some of the things are not gonna make sense, and I don't. If it doesn't work for you, if you didn't understand it, if you don't believe it, if you have different thoughts about it, this is your life. This is your world. Do whatever it is that you need to do. But I'll tell you right now, as I grow and as I evolve and as I get more wiser and more mature, my beliefs change. I change. And again, we're meant to evolve through life. So embrace the change. Embrace the change. That's all I got for that. I don't think I was that clear, but I just had to get that out, because lately I've been getting like, I just want to come live and I just want to talk and talk and describe and give my 2 cents. And that's what I wanted to do. Like it's going to be a channel based on tarot, but also based on the debates, and based on, talks, and, based on other people's take, because my life is one way. My journey has been one way. But I can never compare myself to your shoes. Whoever it is that you're listening, I would never compare your journey with mine, because yours is unique to you. And there's things in there that you've battled and you fought so hard that I would think they're so easy for me, but for you, they were so hard and difficult, vice versa. And I respect you for going through them, and I respect you for continuing to love, and I respect you for trying to find a way, connecting to God, connecting to the universe, connecting to your higher self, connecting to the soul, connecting to the heart. All that shows that you don't want to be in that state anymore. You want to be better. You're evolving, you're changing. The fact that you're here trying to watch tarot or trying to get a message from spirit is because you're desperately seeking a way to evolve and change. So do the work. Do the work. You're almost there. You're almost there. Don't forget to enjoy life. Don't forget the little moments. Don't forget about your children. Don't forget about your partner, your lover, your friends, your teachers, your mom, your dad, your ancestors. Don't forget about them. Because being part in the present moment is actually appreciating those who are no longer here and those who we have here. Take care of yourself, because we need you here. You can and you will get better. Things will get better. Things will go beyond your beliefs and your thoughts if you keep pushing forward. I promise you. I promise you that you will surpass your vision. You will surpass your thoughts. You're going to surpass everything that you're going through if you wanted to. I always tell people I'm walking proof that God exists, because I don't know the light shut off and I came back, and it was a beautiful feeling to be back. And I'm trying, and it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy for me, but I'm trying, and trust me, when I see somebody struggling, I'm there cheering. I'm there pushing. I'm there encouraging, because I've been there. And I know you're going to get to where you got to be. I know that you're going to get to a better place in life. I know you will. You have to fight. Even if it's terminal, you have to fight with all your strength. Even if it's terminal, you have to fight and believe and have faith and give it your all. That's what we're meant to do here, is to give our all to the difficulties. I gotta go. I might come back and do some tarot, but I gotta do something right now. But that's all I got. Hey, we talked it out. We had a lot of things happening here. And I'll read the comments, and sorry that I wasn't able to interact one-on-one, but I want to tell you that you sharing your story, it's also healing from it and liberating that from your heart if it's heavy. And it's a safe place. It's a safe place. So I'm gonna say God bless. Have a good night in case I don't come back tonight, and a good week in case I don't come back. But I'm sure I'm gonna come back, because I gotta do Taurus, and I gotta do Scorpio, and continue for the rest of the zodiacs as I go and as I can. It was my son's first day of school today. It was great, and I gotta make sure he's in bed right now and ready to sleep. Thank you so much for being an amazing friend here on YouTube, follower, subscriber, for just being an amazing person. Remember that life starts with love, believe it or not. Someone made love to your mom. It's like, no, life starts with love. Okay, once you learn to love, life becomes just so much better. Okay, bye.